Sunny here. We are sitting here having a conversation, and it has turned into a colorful situation. Let's get into it.
Yes.
So what we're talking about is masculine presenting women navigating a world of men.
For sure. For us as films, it may be easier for us to just flutter our eyes and walk on through or whatever. But how is it for them as aggressives who think like them? Are they given a fair shake to even say, yeah, your opinion is true and you do think like me? You do have some masculinity. Because I feel like they do, but I've heard from natural men say that they don't. And how do they feel about that?
We have a special guest.
Yeah.
My wife, Mo.
Hey, hello.
Babe, give us your input on how you feel navigating a world full of men that are saying you're trying to be this or you're trying to be that or you're posturing. How does that make you feel?
Or you would never be me.
Well, I agree with men. I could never compete with a man, and I would never try to compete because at the end of the day, I am a woman. I can say that everybody has an opinion, just like I have an opinion. I think there's different degrees of masculine women. I believe that there are some women that you can't tell them that they're not a man, and I believe that there are some women that come in and out of being a man and a woman, and I pretty much know all that from working in the clubs. I know there's women that walk around with, excuse me, prosthetics on. That's what I'm gonna say.
The person, third leg,
Yes,
we got it.
yes. I don't get it, but it ain't for me to get. And I'm not knocking how anybody do it or want to feel or whatever, but I do agree that there's different types of masculine women. I can speak for myself. I think I'm more masculine looking than anything else. Can I talk shit like a dude? Yeah, I can. Have I ever talked shit like a dude? Yeah. I work with a bunch of them. So all we do is talk shit. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And I don't enjoy it because I think I'm a man and the guy's letting me be a man around. No, not at all. I just like talking shit.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
So when thought processing, thinking about things, do you feel like you think like a guy? Or do you feel like you think, like this is in a world that says sensitive is women and more hardcore or no feelings is masculine? Which way is your thought process?
I think I'm in the middle, and the reason why I say that is because I can think somewhat, and I'm going to say somewhat like a man, because men are different. And at the end of the day, I'm a woman, so I can think like a woman. Now, if you asking first thoughts on certain situations, that's a different ballgame. I just need to know the situation, and I can answer it better.
So my last question is, what is a tip that you would give any young person or anybody who may be coming out, who may not be as comfortable as you to be masculine presenting? What is a tip that you would give them to just be themselves in the world of men?
I would just tell them to just be themselves. Whatever you feel comfortable in, because at the end of the day, nobody gonna take care of you like you. So you have to make yourself comfortable. Nobody else can make you comfortable. And remember, this is not a comparison. It's not a game. It's you and how you are and how you feel. Make yourself happy. Don't worry about what that man thinks, and don't even worry about what that woman thinks. Worry about what you think and how you feel. If it makes you feel good to walk around with a prosthetic on and some boxes, go ahead. And if it don't make you feel good, that's fine too. Whatever makes you feel happy. That's the only way I can see anybody going. That's the only information I can give someone.
Well, let me ask you a question. And I know that I almost wrapped it up, but can you tell us about an experience, if you had any, where a man has said to you something like, oh, you're trying to be this, or you're trying to be some kind of way, and how did you handle it?
Well, we do know that times are different. Now, I'm talking back in the 80s when I was young. I remember guys saying all sorts of things. I remember I was in junior high school, and I was standing by the men's bathroom, the boys' bathroom rather, because a friend of mine went in there, and I'm waiting for him to come out. And I remember one of the guys that were walking by, because when the bell rings, it's a circle, walk in a circle. And I remember this guy was walking by. He was one of the guys that always had something to say. He was like, damn, you want to be a man so bad, you in our bathroom. So I'm standing outside the bathroom. Stuff like that. Being called names. It's probably not nowhere near how it was back then. But back then, oh, every day it was something. So that's why I have a tough skin and a tough head. So people could say something to me and I could just look at them now. But when I was younger, and the only time it used to hurt was the times when you still ain't accepted yourself. So once you accept yourself, people can say what they want and keep it moving. That's it. And I have quite a few stories, but that's the one that just popped in my head. And it's not even the worst one.
Gotcha. Y'all, well, that was our conversation. This is what we were talking about, because we were actually having a conversation with a guy about our podcast, and he asked if we were going to have male guests, and I explained to him that even though this is for everyday women, we are lesbian women, and I wanted to be clear with him that this is a lesbian relationship, even though the information will transfer to any type of relationship, heterosexual, gay, trans. The issues and conversations that we will be having will translate to any type of relationship. But I just wanted to let him know that. And he was just saying that it would be good, since this was a podcast about relationships, that the morals from a man's point of view could give us some insight. And I let him know that these masculine presenting women, or the studs or the aggressives or whatever they're called, they will be guests, even though we're not opposed to having men's. And he let us know also that where he's from, the South, and he has a better understanding to not say that, hey, this is not something that I don't accept this. And he will understand our relationships, being two women. So that's it. We're going to wrap this up. And just always remember that every situation is a colorful situation. You have the power to change your hue, because they're not all the same.